Westminster Shorter Catechism, question and answer 8. Octava quaestio. Quomodo decreta sua exequitur Deus? Responsio. Deus exequitur decreta sua creationis operibus ac providentiae. The question is asked, how does God execute or follow his own decrees? Decreta sua. Quomodo is this interrogative quo with the noun modo, both in the ablative, this from modus, which is a second declension masculine noun. So in what way, and because these two words were used together so frequently, they were eventually combined into one. In what manner his own decrees, decreta sua, does God follow through on? Exequitur can also be spelled like this, with an S. And this is the verb exequor, which is a third conjugation deponent verb, exequor, and then the infinitive is exsequi. So sequor means to follow or come behind. Exsequi means to come behind and finish, in other words, to complete. And of course, the English verb execute comes directly from this Latin forbear. Decreta sua is neuter, plural, and accusative, the object of exequitur, and Deus is the subject. Decreta, of course, is in question and answer 7, and this connects the questions together. Now the answer, Deus exequitur, notice the parallelism, the symmetry, exequitur Deus, Deus exequitur, God executes, decreta sua, again, neuter, plural, and accusative. He executes or fulfills his decrees in two ways, creationis operibus ac providentiae. The word order here is interesting. Creationis, feminine singular, and genitive, meaning creation, cognate with the verb, first conjugation, creo, creare, and operibus in the neuter, plural, and ablative, from the third declension noun opus operis, which means a work, something that is done. I say that the word order is interesting because creationis is a genitive dependent on operibus, and providentiae is a genitive dependent on operibus also. But creationis comes before, whereas it would have been very simple to place it afterward. And this suggests that the authors wanted to give this word special prominence. So he executes or fulfills his own decrees by the means of the works, ablative of instrument, ablativus instrumenti, of creation, ac providentiae, and of providence. Both providentiae and creationis, feminine singular and genitive. The first one, creationis, is a third declension genitive. Providentiae is a first declension noun. And both of these genitives are possessive by means of the works that belong to creation and that belong to providence. Providence is cognate with the second conjugation verb provideo, providere, which means to see in advance. The noun prudentia is another derivative of provideo, which gives us the English word prudence. Here is another of the authors of the Shorter Catechism, member of the committee, the most famous one probably, Samuel Rutherford, 1660 to 1661, and the author of Lex Rex. This is his famous political treatise that the law is king, often pronounced Lex Rex, but pedantically I'm pronouncing the E's long, Lex Rex.